All right, for part 2 of making a print, you should have already viewed part 1 where I get my enlarger set up. I've got my timer switched to the focus setting, which is down on this enlarger timer, and you can see that I've got my negative appearing right on my easel. I need to do 2 different things before I get to making my test strip. And they're a little bit complicated, so this video is going to be a little bit longer than others. The first thing I have to do is I have to focus my negative. If you think of the enlarger as a big camera, the lens on here doesn't have a focus ring like your film camera does. And so the only way to adjust how crisp the image is that's projecting out of the enlarger is to move the lens itself, because I can't move my paper closer or farther away, but actually you can see that it actually brings my image in focus when I move it. 2 ways to focus my enlarger are to use the knob on the side here to do large movements, but what that does is if I go too close and I get my image nice and crisp, you can see that the image falls inside the edge of the easel right here, and I'm not able to print my entire sheet of paper, and I don't want that. I want to fill the edges of my print from edge to edge, which will make a crisp, clean print all the way around. So what I do is I raise my enlarger up, and there's actually a secondary knob. Let's see if we can see it. It's right here, and what this knob does is it only moves my lens, and you'll notice that as the lens moves, my image gets sharper or blurrier. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this until I think that it is relatively crisp, and I can see I'm printing a picture of a dog, and you can see his head right there. He's laying down by this door. And this is a good place to start, but what we actually have to do is finely focus this image so that it's focused onto the easel, which is where the paper is going to go. And you need to focus your image whether your picture is in focus or not, because your print can be out of focus even when your negative is in focus, and you can have an out of focus negative that you still need to focus when you make a print, when you're blowing it up. And the way that we do that is by using one of these devices called a grain magnifier. And what this does is when you look through the top of this microscope part thing, you actually see an enlarged version of the picture that shows you the physical particles of the film in focus or out of focus. And I'm going to try to use the lens actually to see what it sees. And it's a little tough. Yeah, it's too hard to see. I didn't know if this was going to work or not. So you'll have to see this for yourself, because all that it shows is the light through the enlarger. Now if let's see, can I do it this way? If you look, if I hold it like this, I'm gonna look, hopefully I'm in here. Hi everybody. I'm gonna look through here with one eye, and I'm gonna reach up to the enlarger. Where is it? Is my arm there? There it is. I'm gonna reach up to that focus dial while I'm looking through the grain magnifier, and I'm going to try to bring the particles of the film in focus. And I only need to twist it a little bit. Let's see. Oh, where is it? Oops, I'm too far. Maybe this one doesn't work. I'm gonna grab a different one. Let's see. Other grain magnifiers are over here by this color processor, and I wonder why that one's it's not working too well. I didn't practice beforehand, and I should have. That's why this video is going to take longer. Hey, look at that. That's better. So as I look through here, can we see? There we go. As I look through here, I'm going to be adjusting up. There it is. Okay, let's see if this does any better. One last try is when I look through here. Let's see, where's my lens? There it is. Well, you can't see it because it's only showing the reflection. That's the light from the enlarger. When you look through with your eyeballs, you don't see that. What you'll see when your print is in focus is you'll see the grain of the film magnified, and it will be crisp, and it will look like black and white sandpaper. And you'll know it when you see it, because if you turn this dial to focus the enlarger, if you turn it too much, it will blur out of focus again. Once my image is focused though, I am ready to change my adjustments, settings to make it print the way I want to. I can readjust my enlarger lens to a different aperture, and I'm going to pick a middle aperture, and I'll talk about why in a little bit in another video. And you can see that when I make the lens darker, my image actually gets much dimmer, so it's harder to see. But focusing, unfortunately, the camera doesn't pick it up. Focusing is crucial to making sure that you're starting the print process in a way that's going to lead to a successful print.